as fuck, I'm up before the sun. Coffee in my cup, charts loading one by one. Ain't no time to waste, got my system down. Trading's what I do, about to get this crown. Screens all lit up, candles red and green. This my morning shit, know just what I mean. Sipping slow and steady, while I check the trends. Mad focus now, this is how my day begins. Charts and coffee got me in my groove. This my daily move, yeah, I got something to prove.
All right.
Charts and coffee got me feeling smooth. This my daily truth. Yeah, I know just what to do. Fuck the formal trading. That ain't how I roll. Take my time analyzing. That's how I get.
Oh yeah, just had it blasting.
But I'm locked right in. Watching patterns form, know just where to begin. This ain't rocket science, just my daily grind.
All right, welcome back everybody. So I know we missed last week, took a little bit of a longer holiday extension break, whatever you want to refer to it as. Markets were slow, markets were closed, so figured we'd step away from it. But we are back again this week, and the title of today's lesson is Film Study for Traders, Replay the Day. So let me explain a little bit, what that means. It's don't think about it too hard, but really this week we're actually looking at charts a little bit more than we usually would. In the past, we've stayed more on the side of talking about, the psychology of trading and, throwing in a few tidbits of technical analysis. But today's purpose is all in technical analysis. There's not much psychology talk for today. We are mainly focused on TA and specifically attraction versus rejection. So what is attraction? What is rejection? These are the two terms that I like to use when it refers to every movement in the market, right? So as we know, the markets can only move up or down, right? That's a simple one. Everybody understands that. It can only move up and down, and it constantly is moving to the right, right? It never goes left, and that's how it moves. But the reason that's important is because if you can identify where price is going to be attracted to and where it's going to be rejected from, you can then use that to mold your strategy in a way that isn't conflicting with itself. So simply put, all I'm saying is when you're building a strategy, it's very, very important that you look through it and you don't just throw in a bunch of random indicators or a bunch of random forms of technical analysis, or you find a random YouTube video that had a strategy on it, right? We want to think into it a little bit deeper than that and ask ourselves, okay, why is my strategy going to show me where it's going to reject? Or how is my strategy going to show me where price is going to reject? And am I going to use that as a way to avoid trades, or am I going to use that as a way to take trades, right? Am I looking to sell the rejection of a high or buy the rejection of the low? And then vice versa, you can look at it in the form of attraction. So where is price going to be attracted to? So for example, a fair value gap. We know that a fair value gap, which we're going to go over those and a few others in just a second, it's an area where price has an inefficiency and it is attracted to that. So there's a good chance that when price comes down, or if it comes down back into that area, it will eventually fill that area, leading to an attraction, right? Rather than a rejection. Now, if it gets to the bottom of the fair value gap, that could be signs of a rejection because we have now filled the inefficiency and we expect price to reach back to the previous highs or lows depending on the trend of that day. So that's pretty good intro for what we're talking about. We'll move on. Look at some charts here. So I know it's kind of small there at the bottom. I don't really need you to see it super detailed. That's not really what I'm showing. The point is, the example on the left, right? So example number 1, that's a pretty basic chart. You've got some order blocks at the bottom, some equal highs, equal lows, some strong lows. Like there's not much going on there. And on next to it is the exact same chart, right? Try to get it pretty one-to-one, but it's got way more indicators. So I want you to look at these charts for a second, and we'll start with the one on the right actually. So example number 2. When we look at this, it's not bad, or it's not a negative trait to have this many indicators, or however many you have, but it's important to understand what they mean and why they mean the things that they do. So looking at that one on the right, hopefully you can see it on the bottom there, right? The blue boxes, those are our order blocks. So again, those are forms of rejection. So if we categorically define everything, order blocks, support and resistance, supply and demand, sorry, I drew a blank there. Any of these things, these are forms of rejection, right? They're all one and the same. And if we now look at example number 1, where it's a little bit more clear, maybe you can see where you could draw some support and resistance levels on that chart at the highs, the lows, and a few midpoints throughout it. And it's going to line up pretty synonymously with the bottom of the fair value gaps that we have on example number 2, the order blocks that we have there already, and then moving up a little bit later into that chart, you can see the M levels. So those dashed lines that I have on that chart on example number 2, those are literally representations, of support and resistance. So all of it intertwines with each other, but the main issue with example number 2 there is everything is a form of rejection apart from the fair value gap. But even so, those aren't very prevalent in that snapshot. So all you're doing is reject, reject, reject. We have no real confluence for where we want price to be attracted towards, right? Now, again, I've heard that, price is going to be attracted to certain support and resistance levels before they reject. And as true as that may be, the inherent reason we have support and resistance is to bet that it will reject once it has hit those prices. So I have always been in favor of, not trying to use technical analysis for more than what it was defined of, which, again, for support resistance, that is simply when price touches these levels, it is going to reject. With the fair value gap, when price comes into it, it is going to fill more often than not. So to kind of, come to a final consensus of everything that I said there, if you're looking at your charts and you're going through your strategy and you're looking at ways to improve or maybe just get started, make sure that you get a little bit more variety and that you have ways to identify, hey, am I going to be able to get this trade to continue to move in the direction? Because that's just as important as getting it to move in your direction at all. You want to see how much can I get out of this trade, as well as where do I need to stop being in this trade, meaning where is price going to reject? So looking for how far is it going to go and when do I need to get out? These are the two main identities between rejection and attraction that if you can really figure out a way that works best with your trading, you're going to have a lot better time in the long run. And then finally, call to action, something I've been doing at the end of I think the last 4 or 5 live lessons that we've done. And this week, just as simple as the other ones. It's not a feedback loop like I've done, but rather just steps that we kind of already discussed, which is step 1, review your strategy and identify if it is attraction or rejection, or rather I should have said identify where the attraction indicators are and where the rejection indicators are, right? So next would be combine these two forms of technical analysis in a way that flows seamlessly. So if you find that your strategy doesn't really indicate where price is going to go, and rather it's just indicating where it's going to stop going, meaning get rejected, or vice versa, try to filter in a few other indicators or just forms of technical analysis that'll help you find those runners, and maybe it'll filter out some of those bad trades. And then finally, back test and forward test, log the results, right? Simple, we should do it anyways. Back testing everything is great to make sure that it has a rough draft version of working, right? So you don't know for sure if it's going to work until you forward test it, but it'll at least give you an idea of if it'll work at all by back testing. And then, of course, forward test, take the trades live, and then log the results so that you may then go back and find any inconsistencies in the data. Now, trying to think if I'm missing anything. I don't think so. So I'm going to pause there, guys. If anybody has any questions, again, I know today, we went a little quicker and a little different than what I normally do, but anybody have any questions?
Anybody got anything over here on YouTube or Rumble, guys? Any questions at all?
All right. Yep, I've got the Discord pulled up. I'm not seeing anything over here. Rowdy, nothing on that side?
I'm not seeing anything. It was a quick one today. Right. Landon's got stuff to do this afternoon, guys, so this is a quick lesson for any of you guys that are new. This is faster than normal, but, some days are going to be like this, I'll be honest with you. So.
But, all right, well, I know Rowdy, just like me, we've got stuff to get done. Thank you guys for joining us. we'll be back again next week, and hopefully I'll be back in the morning chats. I've been away from my house for the last week, so that's why I've been a little bit more distant. But again, we'll see you guys next week, and have a good rest of your day, guys.
All right, Landon, I appreciate it as always. Very good. Appreciate you. I will see you next week. Hopefully you can come to some of the live streams and hang out as well, but I know life keeps people busy as well. I know. For Neil on YouTube says thank you as well, Landon. So very good, very good.
Awesome.
Quick shifts coming, tempo changing fast. Gotta stay composed, make these moments last. Reading signals, catching every beat.
All right, guys, does anybody got any questions for me before I get out of here? I know Landon was quick. I know he had other stuff, and I came in a little bit late. I was helping the neighbors. So does anybody got anything for me before I get out of here, guys? Nothing, guys? All right. I appreciate all of you showing up anyways. I'll be here bright and early tomorrow morning. Guy Junkie, I know you can't talk on this channel. Nobody can talk on this channel. But once you come to VC tomorrow, when you join in there, if you do, you can open mic if you prefer to. All right. Have a great rest of your day, guys. And as always, stay consistent out there.
Morning comes, I think of you first. Shorelines dance while my coffee bursts. Been at this game since day one, teaching me patience like you always done. Charts and coffee, that's our way. That's how we start the day. Got my screens lit, what you gonna say? Watch how the patterns play. Numbers flow like the brew in my cup. Some days down, but we keep looking up. You showed me how to read these signs. Now every morning feels like yours and mine. Remember what you taught me about staying cool. When markets get wild, I follow your rules. Charts and coffee, that's our way. That's how we start the day. Got my screens lit, what you gonna say? Watch how the patterns play. Just you, me, and these morning routines. Building something real. Building something real. Know what I mean?
Watch you rushing in the morning, trying to catch every move. But let me share something with you that'll help improve your groove. See, you're like fresh beans waiting to release what's locked inside. But patience makes the difference between success and a wild ride. Take it slow, watch it form. Just like steam rising up warm. Let it brew, just like your morning cup. Just like your morning cup. Take your time, watch it flow, don't rush to drink it up. Don't rush to drink it up. filter, finding patience at the top. You check your screens at sunrise, numbers dancing everywhere. But shading's like my coffee method, it needs time and tender care. Temperature's important, just like timing in the trade. Too hot and you'll get burned quick, too cold opportunities fade. Take it slow, watch it form, just like steam rising up warm. Let it brew, just like your morning cup. Just like your morning cup. Take your time, watch it flow, don't rush to drink it up. Don't rush to drink it up. Wisdom comes in drops, like coffee through the filter, finding patience at the top. I've seen too many burn out, trying to catch every wave. But the ones who last the longest know just when to stay away. So here's my morning lesson as I pour this cup for you. The market gives its gifts to those who know just what to do. Like coffee needs its moments for the flavors to extract. Your trays need proper timing before you plan to act. Let it brew, just like your morning cup. Just like your morning cup. Take your time, watch it flow, don't rush to drink it up. Don't rush to drink it up. Wisdom comes in drops, like coffee through the filter, finding patience at the top.